C's Bike Shop here. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to put your tire onto your rim. We're going to start off with something quite simple, okay? This is a tube. This is what keeps your tire inflated. This tube sits inside a tire. So, we're going to show you that in just a second. As you can see right here, I've put the tube inside the tire. As you can see right here. Now, there's a little space within the tire that this tube, as you see here, sits in. Now, let's talk about how it would sit in the wheel, okay? So, we have this spot right here. Here's a better look. Right here, these two. And they will sit like this. On your tire. They'll sit like this on your tire. See how they are inside of it? Now, you can take your tire off by just pulling down like that. Pull down on the edges. Boom. Now keep in mind there was no tube in this tire. If there was a tube in it, it'd be so different. It'd be kind of similar, but a little different. Alright, so you have your deflated tube. You have your rim and your tire, okay? Now, we only want to put one side in your rim, okay? So let me demonstrate that. You take it like this, lift it with your finger like that, place it on like that. Get your finger in there, like this, you just slide your thumb in there. And you're just going to gently pull up and in. And you're going to work your way around the edges to get your tire on there. Okay, so half the tire is on your rim. Okay, this side is not on, this side is. Okay, now this gives you wiggle room to put stuff or put your hand through. That's what you need. Okay, you take your tube and you locate your valve stem hole in your rim. Okay, valve stem goes first, and you would put your wheel flat. You would find your hole, you would take your valve stem, okay? This little guy right here, and you would bring it over, hold up, you would bring this over, and you would slide it in like that, slide it in like that, alright? And you'd work your way around. Now, I did that on the wrong side as a demonstration. You would want to put your tube within your tire, not on the outside edge. So, you push your tire back just a bit so it's against the rim, and then you open this up like that. You take your valve stem, locate your hole, which can be tricky. You put your valve stem into the hole like that, right? Then you open up your tire like this. You kind of just stuff it in flat, just like this. Slow process, but it works. You want to make sure it's not all bunched up. You want to make sure it's pretty flat in there, like this. You might have to go back and get it re-flat. Just like this. Alright, now that you got your tube in, you want to grab your tire and pull it back onto the bead, ever so gently. Now, if the tube comes out slightly, get your finger in there, push it up just a bit, and then roll it onto the bead. Roll it on the bead. Roll it onto the bead. Push up, and roll it on the bead. You may get your fingers pinched if you're not careful, which I just did. It very much so hurt. It did not feel good at all. However, once you get that motion going, you can put your tire onto the bead. Now you're gonna reach a point where your tire starts looking like that. Okay? Now, what I would do is I'd get a screwdriver, put it up in there, and push over. But I'm gonna use my hands for this one. There. So now you got your tube and your tire onto your rim. Okay? Next step, we're gonna go pump it up. I use an air compressor personally. You could also use a hand pump. That would work too. Myself an attachment for the wheel. I'm gonna grab my wheel, put it on, so you can see. I'm gonna put it onto the valve stem and push in. Now, I have no air in my pump, so I'm gonna turn it on and get pumping. I've filled my tire with air. I can test if it's good enough by pushing my thumb down. If it squishes in too much, you need to put a little bit more air. If it refuses to be pushed down, then it's pretty full. You don't want it to the point where you can't squish it down, just like a little bit, because then you overfilled it. If you can push it down just a bit, like just a little bit, see? Then you should be fine. There you go, folks. You got yourself a pumped up tire. Please consider subscribing and liking. It helps me and you. Good night, folks. You're welcome.